What is up, guys? Exciting day today for us as we just got a hold of the new iPhone X.
It's 10.
What?
It's iPhone 10, not X.
Whatever. What is up, guys? Exciting day today for us as we just got a hold of the new iPhone 10.
Good.
So we're going to test out the photo and video capabilities of the iPhone 10. You know, we're going to look at 4K, low light, the dynamic range, and we want to see how it performs. Now, one of the great things about the iPhone is the 4K video it can shoot. Most of us make videos for the web, so having a 4K resolution really helps getting that close-up you need from that much resolution. The best part about shooting in 4K is that if you plan on exporting your video to, say, a 1920 by 1080 resolution, then you can actually scale up your 4K footage and still maintain the picture quality. It's kind of like getting to choose between two camera shots, but only having to film with one. Dynamic range refers to the amount of detail that the camera can capture in the shadows and highlights. For example, you may have experienced this when you are filming or taking a picture and you have a bright sky and some shadows on the ground. Most times you will have to either expose for the sky and lose details in the shadows, or expose for the shadows and lose detail in the sky. Surprisingly, with the shots that I took with the iPhone 10, I'm quite impressed with its dynamic range. So right now we're filming at 4K, regular speed and 24 frames per second. So it's performing all right, but I noticed on the rock there's a lot of reflection and it's causing the highlights to really blow out. You're losing the detail in the highlights. But otherwise, I'm quite impressed. As long as it's not too bright, not too dark, you can still get a lot of details in your shot. The really great feature added to the iPhone 10 is the image stabilization on the telephoto lens. Normally, shooting with a telephoto lens without a tripod would make it very shaky, but now your shots are much more stable. When filming in slow motion, I noticed that the camera kept changing its focus, which can be really annoying to watch. Also, when I would pan with the camera, things appeared to look jittery and didn't seem very smooth. In order to capture slow motion footage at 240 frames per second, you would normally need a bunch of expensive camera gear and software to go along with it. So it's pretty cool that you can achieve that all from a phone in your pocket. So personally, I like to use the phone camera more for taking photos, so I'm excited to see how the photos I took with the iPhone 10 turned out. Even though it's not technically a macro lens, which is a lens that lets you get super close to the subject without losing focus, the telephoto lens is very impressive. I put the camera right up close and it still got in focus. As you can see, I was in a restaurant setting and the lights created a warm look, and I found that the iPhone 10's auto white balance corrected this very well. The front camera seems like a cool idea with some nice features, but it has some faults. What the camera tries to do is figure out where the subject of the photo is and where the background is, and then it blurs the background so that the subject stands out more in the photo. Although sometimes it seemed to blur certain parts of people, like their ears, thinking that it was part of the background. Playing around with the portrait lighting effects like the stage light and contour light can be a lot of fun. Although sometimes you could end up with a strange result, like this one. It comes down to trial and error to get the look you're going for. This is an area where most cameras struggle, but I'm fairly impressed with the iPhone 10's performance in low light. It comes down to how you position your subject in the available light. A photo like this, where the subject has her back to the light, can create washed out blacks that have a lot of noise in the photo. Or you can pose your subject looking off into the sunset and get a cleaner image. Now this phone as a new phone is awesome. It has a brand new interface and you almost have to relearn how to use the phone. Now we just covered the phone and video capabilities, but it's got a ton of other features like the Face ID and Animoji. Now if you're thinking about buying this phone based on its camera functions, maybe you want to reconsider based on the budget. We compared it to previous models like the iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, and we found that the photos and videos look pretty similar to the naked eye. Honestly, at that price, I would rather just buy a DSLR and then stick to my iPhone 7 or iPhone 8 or whatever previous model you already have. We've uploaded the photos that we took in this video, so if you want to check them out, you can click on the link in the description box below. Hope this review was helpful. Now I want to hear from you. What phone camera do you like to use? Tell us in the comments section below. And don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. So this tree here, there's a lot of highlights and shadows on it. It's a good one to test out to see the dynamic range on the phone, so let's give it a shot.